Welcome to MedTech Global Insights. Digital health is transforming patient care, but connectivity comes with a price: vulnerability. This past week, the entire medtech industry is facing a new regulatory reality in the United States. The FDA's statutory authority, granted under Section 524B of the FD&C Act, is now in full force. This isn't a suggestion, it is a mandate. Any company submitting a 510K for a device with software and connectivity, what the FDA calls a cyber device, must now provide a comprehensive cybersecurity dossier. Failure to comply doesn't just mean questions, it means outright rejection of your submission. So what does this new requirement involve? There are three core pillars. First, manufacturers must prove they have a secure product development framework. This means cybersecurity can no longer be an afterthought. It must be integrated into the entire lifecycle of the device, from concept to disposal. Second, companies need to submit a detailed plan to monitor, identify, and address post-market vulnerabilities. The FDA wants to know how you will handle threats after the device is already in the hands of patients and providers. This requires a proactive, not reactive strategy. The third and perhaps most demanding pillar is the requirement for a software bill of materials, or SBOM. Think of it as an ingredient list for your software. It details every open source and third-party component used in your device's code. This transparency is non-negotiable. The goal is to allow regulators and the manufacturers themselves to quickly identify devices affected by a newly discovered vulnerability in a common software component. For many device makers, especially smaller companies, creating and maintaining an accurate SBOM is a significant technical and logistical challenge they were not prepared for. The impact is immediate and stark. We are already seeing the consequences for unprepared companies. Take the example of a promising European startup that recently developed an AI-powered imaging diagnostic tool. They had strong clinical data and were racing to enter the lucrative US market. However, their 510K submission was met with a refuse to accept or RTA letter from the FDA. The reason was not their clinical efficacy, but their failure to provide the required cybersecurity documentation. They lacked a comprehensive post-market surveillance plan, and their SBOM was incomplete. This rejection has now caused a minimum 6-month delay, forcing them to redirect engineering resources and jeopardizing their next round of funding. This case illustrates a critical lesson. Regulatory compliance for connected devices is no longer just about safety and efficacy. It is equally about security. Navigating these complex market-specific requirements is critical for success. For more information on how to build a robust regulatory strategy for global markets, contact us at info@pureglobal.com or visit https:/pureglobal.com.